Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all. We're here with another London session live stream, and we had a we had a big move here right at the opening of the hour. Let's take a look at the amount of pips here. So I've been tracking that. Let's get right to action here. So we have, wow, a 73 pip candle, a 5-minute candle here, right? So that was a powerful move on GJ. Wow. And now again, because there's a non-wick candle, it's a rather large candle, and it's the hour opening as well. We could definitely see we had marked this at the beginning of the week. This was the daily EMA right there. So slightly shifted up here. And we could see that GJ may or may not retrace back here, right? Because of such a powerful move, could this mean that it continues to move down? So we're gonna definitely have to take a look at a higher time frame and see what's going on here. So, we did have the setup yesterday, beautifully executed right here. Got that win. You could see it actually pushed down further. Another, what was this? 16 pips, right? So that would have been another TP right to the tap here. But nonetheless, our safe target, for our TP was cleared. And then you can see that, wow, a huge push up here. Even went almost to the 4-hour EMA here. So strong bullish move. That was yesterday. And then now we got nearly to the 4 hour EMA tap, and then it came right back down at the opening of the current hour, right? So tapping the EMA here, can we expect the move down? Possibly. If it is breaking out again, we're not looking for the large moves during the streams. We're just looking for the smaller moves. Can we get a range down here? Could we get something like a setup like right here? We may have that forming. Let's see. We do have the daily EMA in between, this potential range. But we're just going to draw this just to see if it does respect this. This doesn't mean that this range is concrete. It just means that it is potentially a live range depending on how GJ moves down here. So we can expect that the GJ can come down and tap the lowest part of where it has been since, it's been a very long time that GJ got down here. So let's see if we can continue the move down to tap the bottom end of this potential range. And then we could see if we want to target some buy stops for the short run here, right? So let's see. Let's calculate this. Wow. Okay. So this is a nice range, right? A nice range here. But we're going to have to be patient here. And we're going to see how it plays out. Also, at the same time, we do see that, again, it was CPI news right at the onset of the hour. So that's why the push was there. And until New York session now, even past New York, late New York session, we don't have any high impact fundamental events. Of course, there is FOMC at 2 p.m. Eastern time. So that's in, just under 12 hours. But nothing of concern until then. All of this, news of GEP came right at the onset of the hour. So we are safe from any fundamental events, but because we had such a big push down on GJ, right, this current candle, which is the current hour candle, with no wick, could we see GJ push all the way up here and potentially, work its way back down? And we're going to have to see that, but that is some distance as well, because this 5-minute candle was, as we can see here, 73, 72, 73 pips. So that was a large push down here. Now we're going to see if it respects this range, so we can get at least one setup here. We're trying to get the second touch here. So let's say this is the first touch to the first touch, second to second. And if GJ comes around in this zone right here, we can elect for some buy stops, right? So that's our kind of vision for the current session, to steal away some pips once GJ pushes down to, to the bottom here again. And then we can, elect to enter some buy stops. It is at the, exact point of the daily EMA right now. So it's tapping the daily EMA right now. But again, that's perfectly fine. GJ can pour down here as well. So we're going to have to see. That's why we're going to have to see if GJ comes down here. Can it give the push down here? So for us to, kind of decide if we're going to enter some buy stops. So let's wait out for that. We can meanwhile take a look at USD CAD. And, potentially that can give us an idea if we can at least trade USD CAD for the hour. Of course, we had this big push down. We were electing to have some buy stops here, but it just broke away from the daily EMA, which is around right here now. So let's adjust that. It broke off that, continued a huge push down, came right down to the bottom, and now it's working its way back up. I mean, that was also a big push. What is it, like 93 pips from the, the daily EMA. And now it's coming back up here, did range in this area, and now we could potentially see that it may range. It is tapping the 15, the 30-minute EMA, 15 is approaching down. So we could expect that USD CAD may be in this range right here. Again, looking for a GJ to see if it respects this open range here, but if it doesn't play out. I mean, if it's only this right here, which it seems like right now, right, that's 12, 13 pips, not enough for us to, have something set up. But for USD CAD, let's see here. So we had these EMA taps, 30-minute, 15-minute. We got this as well. On the other scale, we can get, let's see if we can get something like this for USD CAD. And on the bottom end, since there's a lot of EMA taps, can we get something like this? Gee, so that'd be a 1-to-1, 2-to-2. And then we can get this move up here, right? We can expect, again, if USD CAD wants to drop down here a little bit and get that move up. But this is something that could be reasonable with USD CAD. It's not a large target. I mean, it's 10, 11 pips. Right, so let me just measure from the bottom here. We got 10, almost 11 pips. All right, so GJ is pushing down. So I'm going to have this in writing now, where we can have GJ come up to, or come down here. So let's have this text ready here. Okay, so GJ is pushing faster than we anticipated here. Again, it can continue down past this move, right? I mean, look on the 1 hour. Let's go to the 1 hour. You can see, or actually the 30-minute. You could see that the bearish push was pretty intense. It could go all the way down and past that. But if it is slowing down, it could respect this range. So we're going to see now first if GJ can come down here and then pour down in this little zone here where we can trigger some buy stops. But we're going to be patient here. Of course, patience is the game here. But we're going to look to, let me get the writing here, the text ready for all of you guys. So GJ buy stops at 182. What would this be right here? 550. Yeah, 182, 550. All right, but again, I want to remind all the viewers that I only enter the buy stops when price will reach below here, right? Sometimes, again, on the odd occasion, 15 to 20% of the time, I will enter at market execution. However, at times, which is the majority of the time actually, I will enter buy stops or sell stops. But the way I enter those buy stops or sell stops is not, is after the price crosses our region, right, to buy or sell, and at least 4 to 5 pips below or above our stops, and then I go ahead and enter and wait for the activation, right, for the price to hit our entry and continue the move in our direction. So waiting for the price to reach here. At that point, I'm going to make a decision whether I would like to enter buy stops or not. But this is something that's not defined yet. We have to have more price action to configure that. So yeah, around this one. So around when price, if price reaches here, which is about 7, to 8 pips. I would even say, how many pips would that be to our entry point? Yeah, it's around 10, 11 pips. And the reason is there's more of, room for this range, personally speaking, on this range versus other ranges where I can maybe even have a 4 or 5 pip gap between my entries of buy stops or sell stops and where the price is. The difference between this one is because we had this huge bearish push on GJ, right? We had this huge bearish push on GJ, and what that could mean is that the push can move down further, right? It may come back and tap our entry and then continue the move down. So I don't want, to be slipped into this entry and, lose out on a viable setup if it does reach there. So we're going to be placed safe. So we're going to have a larger breathing room between our entries of buy stops and where the price is. So not only do I want the price to reach our entry point, but I want to for it to reach not 4 to 5 pips, which is a normal occasion, but at least 9, 10 pips. So we can be safe in terms of not getting tapped in and then the move continuing down, right? So that's the game plan for this setup. Of course, we had CPI news, right? So when we have a large, high impact fundamental event for one of the, currencies in the pair that we're trading, you want to be careful. You don't want, to go against the trend, but at the same time, you also don't want to be caught up in the trend against you, right? We are trading smaller ranges within that, but we're also anticipating that the breakout has paused momentarily and is consolidating right now. And so we can catch, trading within the range during this period. So these are very important notes, important things that I've mentioned now, because you understand the mindset here, right? And why we have to adjust and modify things right after high fundamental events, or high impact fundamental events. The no wick candle right now, no wick on this current candle. We got 2 minutes left on this, so we can continue to see that this comes back, creates not only a wick but a push down, down to our target zone, and at that point we can make a decision to enter buy stops. All right, so we're going to be patient here. Let's also take a look at USD-CAD. I mean, we do have a potential setup here as well. So this move, we can anticipate it going up, but it doesn't mean that USD-CAD may not come down from here down to here, and then we elect to take some buys here, right? So now if GJ comes up here, could we elect to take some sells down to the bottom end of the range? So that's also what I'm looking for now. So if this candle continues to push up, it does have no wick, and I may elect to see if it comes all the way up here and maybe taps the 5-minute EMA, I may elect to take some sells at this point, right? You may get to see that this range may be respected. So we'll have to see for that as well, right? And let me just take a look at the amount of pips above this potential top end of the range. So about 15, 16 pips, right? So we'll have enough of breathing room to set some sell stops just in case, right? So we have a bias for both ends, and that's perfectly fine when you trade within the range. Of course, you're going to get you're going to have an idea for both directions at times, because and especially if the price is still respecting your range. And so if that's the case and EMA taps are in line as well, even if your setup was initially a buy stop and price goes back to the top end or other end of the range, you can continue that move towards your direction, right? Intended direction. So there's a lot of benefits with this strategy, but again, the important thing is to continue to attend live streams, continue to watch other streams and understand the system overall. And once you get to that level, you realize that the sky is the limit. There's a lot of potential in trading these ranges, and it'll be very rewarding at the end of the day, right? It's been almost 3 years now that I configured this strategy, and it's been, I've been using it to my advantage. And you can, search my socials to see, what type of rewards or payouts and what benefits this strategy and system has given me. The most important thing is the skill set, right, from the system I have now that I can, is given the skill set that I've been given because I've learned this system. It's very powerful, and that's something that you have to experience on your own. Once you really get it and you grip it and it becomes solidified with you, and the analysis it just becomes easy. You just have to follow your game plan. That's all. All right, so now we're getting both pairs going, to the opposite end, but that gives us an advantage now if it gives us a little breathing room for GDA right here above here, this target right here. We can maybe put some sells here. Again, if it continues to ride down, then we've missed that move, but we don't want to take that risk of just entering now. Let it come up here if it does. If not, that's perfectly fine. We're going to play safe here, right? That is the game plan. And now USD CAD again. Now USD CAD can come up as well, or it can continue to push down. But because of the EMA taps, there's higher certainty. There is the 15-minute EMA tap down here, right? We do have London opening coming up as well in about 17 minutes. So that's one thing as well. We can get some volume pickup as well at that hour opening. But I'm looking for at least the 15-minute EMA tap here. We have, about 2 minutes left. If it doesn't do it, we've missed it. That's fine. I mean, it wasn't too far off from the EMA tap where price had reached. 0.2 pips, so not bad at all. And the 30-minute has been tapped. So we could definitely see USD CAD coming up here, but I wasn't going to rush this setup here. We could definitely see USD CAD coming up here. Again, if it does come back down here to tap the 50-minute EMA, at that point I may take a instant execution here. But of course, I'm going to, let the stream know. Let's look at here. So again, we can anticipate because of the way price is moving on the 5-minute candle here, clinging on to the top end of the potential range that we have drawn out here, that we could get the close at the top end of the range and maybe get a candle pushed above. And at that point, we can make a decision to maybe potentially sell, right? And you can see that there's a smaller range right here as well, which is the current range that we drew out was about 30 pips. So there's this small range being respected as well. Or is it to here? All right, let me just move that along here. Yeah, it's a 1, 1, 2, 2. And you can see that, yes, this can definitely come down here as well and push down further. That's 20 pips. Okay, so I'm actually going to do sells here now, guys. It says it is moving up. Sell stops at, let me see how many pips that is. Let's do 182,760. Let's do 760. So I feel like it can respect here. If it does, we're going to go for that. Oh, USD CAD is coming down here as well. So we could have two potential setups here. So where the price is right now versus where price, actually let's do, 800 seems more plausible as well. But let's do 820. So I'm going to adjust it. Again, if you guys are using MT5, it's pretty fast on the desktop to adjust it. 820. All right, guys, I think we're in. So it's going to be, what is it, 17 pips. Let's do 17. And 17. Yeah. It activated for me, guys. So I'm in the setup right now. Yeah, 0.8 pips. So whenever it's activated, this is it. Clean. And I wish, no, I couldn't. Oh, wow. USD CAD tapped. Did it tap the EMA here? No, it didn't. But that was a buy as well. We could get that. But we're in this. We have 182, 820. It's right around entry because of spread we got in the setup. But what is it? 17. 182,650 is our TP, and 183. That should be one. Yeah, you can make it 183. 183 are stop loss. 17 pips for 17 pips. It's a 1 TP target here. So we're looking for the move down here. We're in profit now. So in line with profit here. And we can anticipate the move down. This was the range that we're going for right now. 1 to 1, 2 to 2, and the push down here. This would be a perfect setup if it just was a clean push down here. This is the 50-minute candle. And okay, USD CAD's coming down, so I'm going to look for some buys here as well. So let's get that ready as well. This is going to be what, 10 pips. All right, guys, it's tapping the 50-minute EMA. And let's see, did it tap it? No, not yet. As soon as the tap goes, I'm going to be entering this. 10 pips or 10 pips. This is going to be instant execution for USD CAD. Right here. It's a little bit of a stronger push. Ooh. So G did a right around entry. We just move this on the side here so we can see it clearly. All right, G is pushing. G is pushing. Nice. All right, 1 minute. There's going to be another 5-minute candle. Nice. G is moving nice. Can definitely expect to get the move down here. And again, there's a non-wick candle right here. So it can definitely come down here. And we can appreciate GJ's, push down. Can we just get one push down for USD CAD here so we can activate this? And we got 2 setups, right before London opening. And hopefully we can get that. So GJ's pushing down nice. Clean push. You can see how quickly we made that adjustment. All right, this is the 5-minute candle opening. Can we get a stronger push? No wick on the current candle. But again, could it come down and fill this non-wick candle? GJ, that is. The both setups look very, very clean. Still waiting to enter USD CAD though, right? We didn't catch that entry because of the non-EMA tap. It was nearly an EMA tap, but that could have been, the push away as well, right? But you can see how this would have been a clean trade here. And GJ can definitely come down here. All right, there you go. You can see USD CAD. Hurts to miss it, but you never know. He can come right back down and get the tap and then push back up. We just need GJ to push down here before the close. So again, it did, create that fill of the current wick for a potential push down. Let's look at the 15-minute here. So again, I'm moving very actively between time frames and between the 2 charts because I do not want, to miss out on USD CAD if it does come back down. But you could see how clean of a range that would be if it just clears the, the full touch here. And GJ, perfect move down. Look at that. So it's going to tap the daily EMA. And it can come and fill this non-wick candle, which is about, 4 pips, away from TP. I'm going to adjust my stop loss to break even once it comes and fills this non-wick candle. And, from there, the rest is history. All right, tapping the daily EMA. And there goes USD CAD. Wow. Such a clean and safe setup, both of them. All right, so you can see the daily EMA is being tapped. You can definitely come down to create, so fill this non-wick candle. And our TP is not far away from that non-wick candle, right? But we're going to make some adjustments to the stops once it comes down to this non-wick candle here. Just need one more clear push. We do have another 5-minute candle coming before the advent of the London opening. But we're getting some, retracement here. Hopefully the next 5-minute candle can just push down, or even the next 2 minutes prior to the next 5-minute candle. All right, so we're going to see, let me look at the 15-minute. Can we get that push? If not, I mean, how many pips are we in profit? We're about, what, 7.5 pips? We were about 9 pips. So again, it's only a 17 pip target. It's not too much for GJ. With a good bearish push, we can get get to that target. So let's see. Can we get one more push on the next 5-minute candle? We're gonna need it. We're going to need it. Let's get it, GJ. Come on. Let's get that push. Again, this is only our second setup for the week. On Monday, we were not able to get a setup. Again, that will happen sometimes from time to time, where 4 out of the 5 days you will have a setup in a high volume session like London and New York. However, there will be times where you won't. So the odd 1 time out of 5 times, or 1 out of 5 times in a week. So no issue there. No wick on the current candle. We can definitely see a push down here from DJ. So this is showing more certainty that we can get a big push down here in the next 4 or 5 minutes before London opening, hopefully, so we can get out of this trade before London opening. Price is trying to come back to entry, and it almost is there. Let's see. Again, current candle has no wick, so we can anticipate the move down here. So it coming down to the daily EMA, coming to fill this non-wick candle, and then we're about 4 pips away to the TP. So not a hard target to reach. It's definitely possible. Is it possible prior to London opening? I mean, we have 4 minutes left. If we get a big push now to close off London, before London opening, we could get that push. Could get that push. Again, USD CAD is coming up. Very clean setup here. Let's look at the 15-minute, 30-minute. Let me just remove everything here. Drawing 15-minute here. You can see, it can definitely come down and push here. But you could see the range, ongoing range here. Okay. Let's see GJ now. Can it do the trick? Here USD CAD is trying to come back again. So the 30-minute EMA right now. 15-minute still didn't tap, but it flew off from there. So let's see if we can come back to that area, and then we can elect for some buys, right? So the setup we did not enter. As it did not tap the EMA, I wanted some conviction with the tap, and then go ahead and do an instant execution with USD CAD. But since it didn't give it to us, it's fine. We are in a setup currently, which is the GJ setup, and we are in profit. However, we're approaching London opening very, very soon. So just about 4 pips, in profit right now. Can we get that push? We'll see here. The price did tap the daily EMA and then just rejected that. It's nothing uncommon where we can see a tap of a higher time frame and see some rejection and reversal. But is it just temporary reversal because we do have a larger move playing out and a bearish trend on GJ? Okay, so it's about less than 2 minutes left to London opening. So we do have to decide if we want to keep the setup open. We got 1 minute left now. And so these are critical decisions right here. Now, would it, come all the way up here, tap this, and then come down? Or will it just push down? So I'm going to hold. I'm going to hold the setup, for London opening, even though we are in profit, and I can close out safely. But I still feel that this can continue down and at least give us the TP before it may come back up, right? Because it can respect the range. So I'm going to hold on into London opening. Let's see what happens. And we're going to get London opening any second now. Here it comes. All right, big push down. So we're getting to the daily EMA. Will we get, the push down? Yeah, we can anticipate one more big move. Let's see, what are we at now? About 9. We're about 8-9 pips now in profit. I believe we can get a push down to fill up this non-wick candle here at least. And so once it gets here, because there's no wick on the current candle, right, and it is London opening, if we can get this push here down to this non-wick candle, I'll close out. Just because it's a significant marker here. But if we can get that push down to here, I will close out 100%. Okay, now I did create the wick. It did create a wick, so now there's no worry of, the price going back up because of the non-wick, but the pressure can still be up there. Let's see USD CAD. Oh, wow. Okay. So, yeah, let's do this now. So USD CAD, we're going to enter buy stops. So USD CAD, buy stops. Again, you got to be very quick here. Let's look at GJ as well. So GJ, I'm still holding. GJ, I'm still going to hold. But USD CAD buy stops at 1.34. What is it? 1.34, 515. 1.34, 515. All right, guys. Here we are. So we're looking for this range to complete. And for GJ to complete and come down here as well. Okay, GJ is right back at entry now. And USD CAD is pushing down. So we're not in this setup. We're going to extend this range. So we're about how many pips below? About 3.5 pips below our entry, right? So we do have the buy stops ready, and we have sell stops. Look at that, GJ. Perfect. So what I can do now is I'm gonna close off 50% at TP1, and I'm gonna see if I can let runners run, right? So 50% because of the the wick fill, I'm gonna close 50% at TP1 and let runners run, and put stops at break even for GJ. So big move right here, guys. Big move. USD CAD is also coming up. So very nice move in here. All right, here comes GJ. All right, so stops already going at break even past the wick. So stops at break even now for GJ. And it did fill up this non-wick candle here. And we're going to close at 50. I'm going to close 50% at TP1. So beautiful setup here. And I'm going to let the runners run down to 182.530 at least. So we're about how many pips away? I mean, it was 1.4 pips away. So if I don't get another push here for the next 5-minute candle, which I think we will, right there. Nice. Nice, GJ. All right, one more push, and we're going to close. I'm going to close 50%. What was that? How many pips was that away? That's 3.5 pips away. What was it? 0.9. It was less than a pip away from target. But we can definitely anticipate a push down here. There's a slight more push. There's a new 5-minute candle opening any second now. Any second. Okay, it's trying to do a reversal on us now. Oh, wow. It's coming back. All right, there we go. Come on. Come on, GJ. Just needs one small push here. I mean, it could definitely come, continue the move down. That's why I want to let runners run. But definitely can complete this move right here. And here USD CAD is coming back as well. All right, let's get a GJ. Come on. All right, if it gets right there again, is it 4 pips away now? This needs one small push, GJ. Come on. All right, if GJ is going to continue this, I'm going to close out here as well then. So last chance here, GJ. Come on, let's push down. Otherwise, it gets closed out. Yep, last chance. Here we go. What is it? 1 pip away again now? I think it'll push past. Right? It's not that serious. Here we go. All right, here we go. Okay. All right, there you go, guys. So 50% closed right here and letting the runners run. So now letting the runners run down to here. So TP1 was right here. Let me just mark that, TP1. And now TP2. So now we're safety now, right? So letting the runners run now all the way to down to 182. What is it? 182,538. So that's my TP2. But it's a completely safe trade. We won this trade. And now we're looking for a second target, which I think is very, very doable because of the bearish pressure. And again, USD CAD is continuing down. If it does not change its grip, then I'm going to remove the buy stops. Yeah, it's continuing, it's, a bearish trend here. But GJ can definitely come down here. Great setup here. Great setup. Look at that clean push down, guys. I'm going to close another 50% at TP2 and see how long it runs, but I'll see how GJ settles down here. But clean setup. Let me see the 15-minute EMA here. All right, guys, I'm going to adjust my buy stops for USD CAD. Let's do 500. Let's do 500 here. Yeah, right there. Nice push by GJ. This is why you have to be very alert, during these scalping sessions, active in different time frames. I of course use, these two pairs as inverse correlations. And I don't want to miss a setup if it's going one way on GJ. I don't want to miss the other direction on USD CAD, so I can get two clean setups in real time and adjust my stops and do the live streams for you guys at the same time, right? And not miss a setup. And again, these are all 1% risk. I do mention that from time to time, but all 1% risk because I'm only looking for medium to low risk setups here during the streams. But ideally, this is for, all the ones, all the individuals that have taken the course. So this is a, kind of a helping tool. The streams are, and kind of gives it a little bit more of a mentorship aspect as well to guide you, to, go for safe setups. You can see how we stay alert with our buy stops and sell stops and how we direct them and how we enter them at a given time. So you have to be, very active on the charts and do your due diligence in terms of the conditions and factors in which, you set your stops and the entries. So all of that is taught in the course. And the mentorship aspect, you can join the streams and see for yourself. All right, USD CAD is approaching target. Again, it's very low spread on USD CAD, so that's a good thing. So we don't get tapped out. Still 2 pips away. We did adjust it, minor adjustment. You can see the 15-minute was maybe potentially just a fake out with the London opening. And we can continue to move up. We're about to enter USD CAD, and GJ is about to hit our TP2. I'm still looking to see if I will hold 50% or, close out all of it. So 50% of what's remaining on GJ. So you can see that our initial range was this bottom end here, but it made out to be, a smaller setup, and then that's why we're going for TP2 here on this setup. If there's anyone in the chat on the stream watching that has executed the GJ sell stops along with me, you can type 1. So we'd like to see, who has and who hasn't. And if you haven't, again, it's all perfectly fine. You can definitely take a look at how the system works, how everything is in order. And if you're interested, you can definitely take a look at, the free preview in the description and see if you're interested in this course and system. You can watch the previous streams. We have an amazing winning record, and it's not, small stops or small captures. It's always 1-to-1 risk minimum, all done live with 1% risk. And I believe now it's over 80 or 85%, right? So I have to, winning ratio. So I have to update the record here. We won yesterday as well. That is the overall stream record. I'll also update the September record as well, which is going amazingly well. But that's also because the strategy, I have safe proofed it. Oh, there you go, TP2. So closing out 50% here of the remaining amount and letting the runners run now. So this is clean, everything's under control. Oh, USD CAD is also being executed right now. So we're in USD CAD as well. And that's live. And TP2 has been hit for GJ, right? And stops will be at TP1. So you always adjust it to the next target. So stops at TP1. I'm not going to move the trade down here because I do need to take a screenshot, to put it on my socials as well as record keeping. But yes, TP1 would be the stops. For the remaining amount, and you let the runners run. So if it comes back to TP1, it closes out in profit. If it continues down, perfectly fine. USD CAD now is in profit. We've entered USD CAD, and you can see that we tracked this range prior to price reaching here. We did not enter this at will because of the big push down from London opening. And now, you said you missed it, but again, USD CAD right now is in the entry point right now. We entered the buy stops for USD CAD. So now we're anticipating that the 15-minute would just have been a fake out, continue to the upside. We have the 30-minute EMA above. We also have the 1 hour above as well. So we can anticipate that the price can reach the 1 hour EMA here and amazingly complete our range as well, right? And USD CAD is a 1-to-1 target here. 10 pips TP, 10 pips stop loss. And again, GJ is still moving down. So I'll see how the next 50-minute ends up. If not, we can close out GJ, whatever is remaining amount, the remaining that's left, percentage-wise. And trying to get a push on USD CAD. There's no wick on the current candle. I could definitely see a flip, back to create at least a wick, or it can just continue the push up. No problem. Look at that. Beautiful push from USD CAD here. Beautiful push. All called live for you guys. Look at that. This is the power of the range, guys. But again, there's a proper system and a plan that you have to follow. And if you're not sure, you can watch my other streams or continue to attend new streams and also see how the system works so powerfully. It's safety, and I would say to a certain degree bulletproof, right? Look at that. GJ is still continuing down. And our runners are still running after, beyond even TP2. Let's see how far that runs. And, I did mention the USD CAD right now could create a wick on the current candle and then move, back up. But if it continues a full push, we're perfectly fine with that as well. And again, if GJ now starts ranging in this zone, because it is reaching a bottom now, we can close out as well, whatever is left of GJ. But let's see. I guess I do want to close out everything before the next 30-minute candle opens, as we are in the new 50-minute candle right now. But there's definitely room for GJ to drop here and for USD CAD to reach our profit target. Let's see what happens here. So GJ is pushing up. And if it does reach the TP1, we've closed out. All right, so yeah, GJ is done for the day. So we got 2 TPs and had, the last 50% at TP1, 50%, another 50% at TP2, and whatever was left was there. So that's done. So 2 TPs and USD CAD, we're getting a push for the clean range here. Can we get the push to TP1 and call it a day with 3 TPs hit? But we need GJ to push here. Or sorry, USD CAD to push here. We're about, 4 pips of 10 pips. And now it continues to push down. But we may get another bullish candle on USD CAD to close out the... But what a clean move on GJ. Very nice. Right, and we did get that tap. So you could see that it could continue to respect this larger range. So that was a range within a range that we traded. And now the larger range is being respected. Right, so it's beautiful in nature here. Again, for the streams, I don't try to get too much involved in multiple setups within setups and so forth. That's what the strategy will teach you. But as far as, or what I can trade on my own, and it's the move is in synchrony with the whole range system, especially once you understand it with experience and a lot of, active charting. But look at this, guys. All expected moves because of the strategy in mind and the full system with the range. And these ranges are being respected, right? So it just, broke off the 30-minute EMA. It can definitely reach the 1-hour EMA here, right? Again, I'm not saying that GJ or USD CAD may not come down because it has no wick on the current candle, but could we get another, big push on USD CAD to at least close out some? You can see GJ is continuing down. So it could come down here now, and we can anticipate whether we want to continue the move back up, right? And that would be a reversal here, which is intended, and that would get you to enter a reversal setup and continue the range. So I can give you an idea here, but again, I won't be entering this, but this is just something that I'm explaining here. We had the range within the range setup here, which happened here. We are confident in the full range completing, the larger range completing, which it did tap here. So we got our 2 TPs. And now you could see here 1-to-1 on the larger range. We actually got the 1-to-1 here, then 2-to-2. And now we can see price coming down here, maybe in this area, and then continuing back up. And look, there's an EMA up here, right, for the 5 minutes. So it's just everything is moving right, in synchrony, in union, along with USD CAD as well. So everything is aligning here. And again, this is not just over one day. This has repeated over and over and over again. And the history or the proof is all in the live streams over the past several weeks. The week, so we started on Monday. We did not get any entries for Monday. We patiently waited. I think it was like a 3-hour stream. We did not get any entries. Yesterday we got a nice setup and we won on GJ. I believe it was right here. Yep. Right here. All caught, again, during the live stream. You can go watch yesterday's live stream if you want. And today we caught 2 TPs. So we're one win yesterday. Now we got 2 wins on GJ today. And USD CAD is the last entry that we're in right now. These were USD CAD buy stops. And we're looking to, close off 10 pips with the TP1 target and close off the session. Because they were in perfect alignment with each other, USD CAD and GJ. And so it's respecting that right now. So that's what I'm looking for. For the next, 8 minutes, we are in profit with USD CAD. Excuse me. We are in profit with USD CAD. Looking to, see how the move happens in the next 8 minutes or so. If it comes back down, now we do have, a non-wick candle, the previous 5-minute candle, which is also the 50-minute candle. So we can anticipate that the move comes down before it comes back up, or it just continues to push up, right? But if we get 30-minute closure below, that doesn't make me any more confident for USD CAD, because it's been, on a bearish push from yesterday as well, right? So those are things that we have to keep in mind on the larger time frames. But again, it does not seem like a difficult challenge here for USD CAD to get to our intended profit target. Look at GJ here. So again, tapped it again. And USD CAD on the other, there you go. Let's go USD CAD. That's what I'm talking about. Come on, continue the push up here. We only need about 6.5 pips on USD CAD. And this, we call it a day. Yes. What do I mean? Are they correlated? Yes. So USD CAD and GJ are inversely correlated, which means when one pair goes up, the other pair goes in the opposite direction. Again, you have to be careful though. There are a lot of inverse correlated pairs. However, you have to be careful. And what I mean by that is that doesn't happen 100% of the time, right? So you have to, be aware of the opening of the sessions, potentially, fundamental events, even if they're not high impact, and certain, strong trends on the higher time frames. So you have to be wary of that, have experience with trading both pairs, right? Understand how they move, and then see if, in a given session or given sessions. So you have to have a good history of trading with them, or back testing with them, to see how often they're trading or moving in opposite directions, right? There's also pairs that are positively correlated, which means they move in the same direction, but again, not at all times. You have to be careful. All right, so we're in the last 5 minutes of USD CAD here, or of the before the 30-minute candle, which again, I hoped that I would be out of any setups by then. And as you guys can see, the GJ move just completed in, what was that, maybe like 40 minutes, 30, 40 minutes. Okay, so great question. Why take two setups? Why take two setups on them? Why not just take one pair and double the risk? Is it not the same? No, right? Because remember, I'm trading different ranges here, right? So at times I will trade both setups, but doubling the risk on one is not always convenient. You can see now, for example, a fake out can happen on a single pair, right? So for example, now look, in real time, we can have a huge candle push against us. Not the current candle we're looking at, but if we go back here, we had this huge pushback up here. Some pairs react, differently, right? Even if they're respecting the range, they react differently, and they can have a huge fake out, For example, GJ could have had a huge, let's say I doubled the risk on GJ and I forgot about USD CAD, and there was London opening, and GJ may have done a huge fake out against me, and I would lose double the risk on that pair, right? So you have to make sure when it is the correct time to double the risk or enter both setups. I feel very comfortable entering both setups because it gives me ease of mind where one pair may have more volume in the given session than the other pair. So at least one pair will be more safe, and both can be executed with proper risk and assertiveness. So you have to be careful, right? It's not always about just one single pair, and you have to measure your risk as well. And a great example is even in these setups right now, right? So GJ was moving perfectly fine all the way down. We got the full setup on GJ all the way down, and then USD CAD just did this huge push down against us, right? So they're moving in the same direction, although we could see here that USD CAD may have just been a fake out. As you can see, that it literally faked out right to where we drew out the range. So you have to be careful in that sense. Okay, John, yes, if you watch the stream back, or if you watch other streams where I have taken more than one TP, you can see that I close out 50% at TP1, right? So if you want to do that fast, I recommend MT5. But you should be able to do it on D4 desktop as well. But you close out 50% at TP1 and you let the runners run. So for this particular setup for GJ, I had some parameters where I wanted the price to reach. Once it got there, I put stops at break even. And I also closed 50% at TP1. So stops are at break even, 50% closed out. Now I'm letting the other 50% run to TP2 or to break even. And of course, it will still be a profitable win or profitable setup for me. And then the remaining 50% didn't come back to break even. It went right down to TP2, and I closed another 50% at TP2. And I intended to let the runners run, whatever was remaining. I intended to let it run below here, but I adjusted my stops to TP1. And it did stop us out at TP1. But that was whatever was left after closing out 50% at TP1, another 50% at TP2. And so that's what happened here, right? And you can watch the streams, back. You can watch other streams where I have even hit 3 TPs, 3 profit targets, and how I do real-time active trade management, right? That's the goal, right? And a lot of streamers may not show active, taking profits and how to manually, not manually, but actively, manage the trade, move the stops, adjust the stops, to understand where to adjust the stops, what confluences look at to trigger your TPs, and adjust your TPs. So all of these things, right? Of course, I define it more exactly in my strategy in my course, but as far as, on the streams, if you join actively, you can, or watch the other streams and continue to watch the pairs that you trade and how they move in a given session. I mean, the range system for Forex pairs works brilliantly, right? I'm so used to GJ and USD CAD because they have good volume pickup, but you can find your own pairs or stick with the 2 pairs that I trade and, find the success, right? But great question, nonetheless. So we are in profit on USD CAD. The 30-minute just opened up. Now we can see that it's still consolidating in this zone, even though we're in profit. It did reach as much as, what was that? Almost 7 pips. It's a 10 pip, profit target. But we could see USD CAD coming down here to, let's look at how GJ is moving. Okay, so GJ is actually going back, and look at this, guys, in real time. We got price to move below the range here. And if you watch the stream, I did mention that. Come down here. Let me get the pathway. And then we can look for the move up for this EMA tap. Literally about 10 minutes ago. And look, that exact move is happening. And you can see that it's respecting the range. This is real time. You guys are witnessing this. And I guarantee you guys, you can watch my streams, you can watch, back test. This happens all the time. That's how I make my money by as a full-time day trader. That's how I pass challenges for myself, for clients. I don't do that anymore though. But I'm trading, full-time privately. But again, and I'm being more active on the socials, but this happens over and over and over and over again. This is something that the market, repeats, and it can't stop because it has to consolidate. 75% of the time, the market consolidates. And I'll even tell you guys, look, if it's moving this with this pressure, this tap is almost evident because it's very close to the range and it's a very good indicator for us to understand where we can set our stops as well, right? But it's almost evident that it's going to get there. And now USD CAD is putting the pressure down now, right? So this was all seen. Like I could predict this because there's a non-wick candle fill here. And there's a 15-minute EMA tap here as well. So two confluences that brought the price back down. Now it is stuck in this range now. If GJ does not react differently here, come down here, at that point, I'm going to have to see what I do with USD CAD. But because we do have the 1 hour time frame EMA above here, it does give me confidence to hold this trade. Right, but you could see that USD CAD even can come down here and this become a whole new range here for USD CAD. So that's the only thing. What happens over and over? So the markets repeat. So let me actually, bring back what I was saying. So the markets consolidate about 75% of the time, which means that overall, they're always going to be in somewhat of a range about 75% of the time, depending. It doesn't matter which time frame. Larger time frames, they'll always be in some type of range, at least 75 to 80% of the time. The odd times, not odd times, I mean 20, 25, 30%, they'll be in a breakout, right? Where they break out of the range and they're moving, if we take a look even on USD CAD, you can see complete breakout here of the structure, complete breakout. So in those times, we probably can't trade in the range, right? This was yesterday. If you watched yesterday's stream, we had set buy stops here, but it continued to move down, down, down. No possible range to get in, and we removed the buy stops and we called it a day, right? But we did get the GJ win yesterday, so that was fair. So that's, the breakouts 25% of the time overall, and 75% of the time we can get the ranging, right, or consolidation. Now, what I've configured, right, the way my strategy appeared is that within the consolidation period, within the 75% of the time, what the market's doing, the consolidation period, I figured out exact ranges. So there's exact ranges that appear in that consolidation period. And how do you figure those out? What confluences to look for? How to master perfect ranges in terms of drawing it, asserting yourself, understanding which confluences work. I only use one indicator, which is the EMA, and how we can use it to our advantage, price action. So everything combined in that consolidation period and those exact ranges that appear within that consolidation period. There are some ranges that are not exact. That's not what we want to trade. We want to trade those setups and those ranges in which the price seems to be in line, right? Like GJ, for example. Look at this. 1 to 1. And then we got down here. It came right here and went right back up. Of course, you can slightly modify or adjust it. That's perfectly fine, but it doesn't mean that it's not in line, right? It's clean ranges. And as I mentioned, price can definitely reach here. A good indicator and a good factor to consider when it's above or below, right above or right below a range, and you can consider that that might be a reversal factor, right? So not only do we have the top end of the range, but we also have a 5-minute EMA. However, we don't just go ahead and instantly execute. We normally only set sell stops and buy stops, and I would like you guys, whoever has missed that, to watch my other streams and watch how I set those sell stops and buy stops. It's not just setting it right when price gets there. You need a little bit of breathing room, right? And that's for safety, right? You need to protect yourself, protect your risk, protect your capital. So you need a little bit of breathing room before you go ahead and set those sell stops or buy stops. So yes, so there's a lot of different factors. Again, I can explain only as much during the streams, but you can learn a lot through the live streams as well, guys. Okay, now so USD CAD now, we are in this setup. It is reacting like this now. So you can see that there's a range forming out here now, right? Which we're caught up in now. So now what we have to do is look how far USD CAD can drop here. We're about what, 2? Now it's a little higher now. So we're about what, 3.5 pips away from entry. And it continues to push down. GJ continues to push up. There's a non-wick candle here. How far is it away from this EMA? About 5-6 pips. So I'm still holding on to USD CAD now, but I don't want to ruin, our two beautiful setups or two TPs for GJ. Again, the 15-minute candle, which it has crossed the EMA, can definitely come right back up and push up, right? So still feel confident in this setup. We were about almost 7 pips in profit. But with the new candle, 30-minute candle, it pushed down. But again, there's reason why it pushed down. We had the bottom end of the range. We had the 50-minute EMA. We had the non-wick candle fill. So a boatload of reasons why it would come back down, right? So as long as you understand why it would come back down, or if there's reasons and you can justify it with logic and with appropriate understanding of the markets, then it's completely fine, right? But you also have to make sure you believe that the setup is still valid, right? And that's the part of the trade management aspect that is so crucial for you to be profitable. All right, there it goes. So the tap again was very evident. Now does GJ continue up? There's a 50-minute EMA tap. So with the bullish pressure, it can come up another 6 pips, no issue, or it can reject and continue down. But the evidence from here to here, and I'm going to show you guys, once it got here, if you guys watch the stream back, you can see that I did mention that it can come right back, because it's a good accuracy for when the range taps 1 to 1, 2 to 2, the second to third touch has a very high accuracy, and that would have been almost 40, 45 pips here. That would have been captured. So if I wasn't streaming, I probably would have been in this setup. But because I was streaming, again, I don't want to overload the stream with a bunch of different setups that are most likely clean, but we do want to respect the 1 to 2 or 3 setups in a given session. So in paying respect to that, and paying respect psychologically to your game plan, we can keep it just in order. And we are in this USD CAD setup as well. So this would be the bingo here if we get this as well. But from what it looks like, again, it looks very clean. There are confluences above. It is rejecting this 50-minute EMA. It's at the bottom end of the range. This looks like a clean ride up. I feel very confident in the USD CAD setup. So it came right back to entry. Can we get a big push to get to the 30-minute EMA and then potentially the 1 hour EMA, which would pass our target actually. So I'll probably let runners run after TP1. You see there's some rejection here at the 5-minute EMA, but the 50-minute EMA is not far off, right? And even the 30-minute EMA. The 1 hour is right there as well. So for all that we know, it could continue up, but also at the same time, it could push down as well, right? But I'm not going to really analyze GJ for now, for the stream now. Just looking at USD CAD in our current setup. So you can see now in this, GJ is in this range right here. So we can even see price dip down to 134.450 before it may come back up, right? But just don't want to be stopped out in this setup. So let's see. We got 2 minutes left for the next 50-minute candle. Let's see, guys. Okay, here comes the 15-minute new 50-minute candle. So it is closing below. So now we're gonna have to see now, would it, with the new opening, will it push up into profit or is it gonna continue down? We still have the 30-minute EMA right there, so it could definitely come back, to close out above that EMA before the 1 hour candle closure, but the 50-minute definitely is going to close below. And here it is. That's the new 50-minute candle. Here it is. You can see that we're in this range right now. And we're looking to get to the 1 hour right there. Okay, let's see. Okay, yeah, GJ is definitely pushing up at least to the 50-minute EMA. Now USD CAD, will it continue the move down or will we get a bullish run now? So the trade will be right back into profit. All right, so it's still struggling to, push below here. So we could get, one bearish push here. And again, it could come back into this range and then push up above here to, meet our target. So let's see. Can USD CAD give us that push? GJ continues to move up. Probably tap the 15-minute EMA and the 30 and the 1 hour. Okay, so it's pretty much filling up this non-wick here, which is at the 2 hour mark here. Perfect. You can see how EMA taps work as well. Right in line. We capture what we needed to and let the breakout happen. No issue. We're out of the setup. All right, and USD CAD now is back to entry. And let's see if it gets into profit again. We do have the 50-minute EMA tap, right above our entry mark. So let's see what USD CAD does here. We got 1 minute left to the next 5-minute candle opening. Okay, here's the opening. There's no wick on the current candle. All right, now if the 30-minute or 1 hour closes below, all right, we do have the 30-minute here as well. Okay, so now if we close with the hour still in drawdown, right, and below the range, then I'm going to have to see what I do, right? Whether we close out in drawdown or we continue the trade into the next hour. But the way, the setup is right now, we could see that it is caught up in a range, and now the reversal should lead us into profit. And, hopefully towards, our target and closer to our target. So let's see. So it's, again, battling right at entry right now. Just trying to get into profit here. Again, the 30-minute can close above the EMA here, right? Which would also close off the hour candle. But we need some bullish momentum here in the next, 9 minutes. So we can watch it just from here. Let's see. This is a 15-minute candle. All right, let's see now. It is pushing. Eight minutes left. Again, we need a bullish push here. Okay, so we did have the bullish run on GJ, right? So we can see huge bullish run. Will that trigger a bearish run on USD CAD, right? That's the question here. And we're battling right at entry. You can see this candle, the last 4 5-minute candles. Nearly tapped, or did tap the entry, and turn bearish, right? So tap, nearly tapped here, and the current candle nearly tapped our entry, and just seems to reverse here, and there's a lot of wicks now being created on the upside, right? And we can continue to see GJ moving bearish, nearly tapping the 2-hour, completed the or nearly is completing the non-wick fill, or non-candle wick right here. So can definitely get to the 2-hour EMA, and we're gonna have to see in regards to the 4-hour, which is above there. Again, that was all CPI right here for GJ. And USD CAD again, keeping the GJ bearish or bullish momentum, is delaying our USD CAD bearish or bullish run, sorry. All right, the last 5-minute candle now to close off the hour. See the 50-minute candle here. Again, we already have a 2 TP win on GJ, which we caught here. And you can go back in the stream and watch that. But we saw a nice setup on USD CAD. We were up 77 pips, but it kind of dragged back down here. Now let's see how the New York candle opens. But it's, again, what is it, a few pips shy of entry right now. 1.9 pips away from entry. Kind of consolidating right below our entry. It's a very small area here. 3-4 pips. I mean, the whole setup is not that many pips anyhow. Right? 10 pips stop loss with the 10 pip TP. And again, price is trying to come right back to entry again. All right, let's track the 15-minute here. Okay. Again, we can still get, a bullish run on USD CAD. We can definitely see, USD CAD coming up here, in areas that it's already, reached here, the previous 50-minute candles. And then the tap above here on the 1-hour EMA is very probable as well. Now, it's just a matter of time now. Do we continue to wait? This is a London session stream. So I'm going to see how long I would wait here in this setup, right? If it continues to drag it, I may just end up closing, a few pips in drawdown, or, which doesn't hurt, but, or hold it, but I would have to, I wouldn't be able to stay for too long on the stream. But let's see what magic happens here. So we're about 2 minutes, shy of the 1 hour candle closure. And it seems to, be that we might get a bullish run here, which would be good. Again, we're getting a potential pullback on GJ now with that bullish run that I had. So again, that's what I'm looking at. The price reaching up here, slightly rejecting, and then continuing its way up and tapping the 1 hour, which is above here. Right, and the 1 hour EMA is going to shift slowly down as we're getting into the new hour. All right, we're back in entry on USD CAD. So I'm going to anticipate one more bullish run on USD CAD, which would allow us, potentially to hit our target, right? So that's our last bullish run. If it, so once it reaches here, once price reaches here, I'm not going to allow price to go back and draw down at that point. So I'm going to adjust my stops to break even and anticipate that the price continues to our target. Right, so that's, again, active trade management. So we're about to close off the hour here. And we're right around entry, slightly in profit. And let's see how the 50-minute closes and the new hour candle opens. Here it comes. No wick on the current one. Let me just move the writing here. So there's no wick on the current 1 hour candle. So we can definitely see a wick, being created, but it is pushing here. Always taking a look at GJ just to see how it's moving as well, comparably. Again, no wick on the 1 hour opening of USD CAD. Could see it come back down. It is tapping the 50-minute EMA as well. The 5-minute EMA is above. And so is the 30-minute EMA. So again, you can see that there's no wick. So it can definitely come back, and it did tap the EMA as well. So it could definitely tap and come down. And again, that'll be the push I'm looking for USD CAD to get to the target. If that doesn't do the trick, again, and reaches in this zone, stops will be adjusted to break even, and then we'll, either the price hits back to break even or it continues up. So those are the potential, things to see once price reaches there. And that's if it reaches there. The thing is, there's a lot of EMA taps, at the beginning of our setup here. So in the entry part, we have the 15-minute, 30-minute, and 5-minute EMA tap, all within a distance of a pip or two. So that's where it's getting caught up. You can see again, 50-minute is being rejected, but there's no wick on the current candle either. Right? So I won't be surprised if it comes back down before it reverses and comes back to our intended direction and up to our target, potentially. So price did tap, GJ did tap 2 hour EMA. Now again, it can continue the move down, but we are not in the setup. It did create a wick here. You can see on the 1 hour as well, as that is the current candle. And now we're anticipating a bullish run here. So that's what I'm looking at right now. If we get that one push up to here, we could see a push up to the 1 hour EMA as well. Let's see here. Okay, completely rejected the EMA again. So right at entry right now on USD CAD. Need a bullish run. Again, not many pips here. It's only 10 pip stop loss with a 10 pip profit target. And very, very possible target here. Let's see again here. If anybody that's watching the stream, you can type 1 in the chat if you are in the setup along with me. Again, I will find more ways to be more engaging during the streams. Again, you're always welcome to ask any questions, as some of you have. But I'm just, again, curious to see how many, how many of you are in the setup as well or in other setups as well. So I'll ask, here and there just to kind of see. Okay, so I do see that there is some. Excellent. Again, you need to believe your profit targets and your areas and have understanding of that as well, right? So that's the main key here. Okay, great question. How many R do you have in a normal? What do you mean by R? Does that mean, risk to reward on a single setup, on a given setup? Or are you talking about something else here? Yeah, so again, for the streams, for the purpose of the streams, not saying that I do this privately, most often than not I do, but for the stream purposes, 1% risk. And it's not only for the stream, but for a lot of, members that have purchased my course, the mentorship aspect, these streams and other avenues that I will create soon, for all the members that have, purchased the course. For that purpose, I keep it 1%, keep it very simple. If you're asking, what my percent gain is, let's just take a look at what's on record, right, through the live streams. And we are up, I believe, 4 to 6% each week, right? So around, let's say 3 to 4% gain each week if you just follow the stream setups. So overall, we're about maybe 6 or 7%. Now I have to recalculate after, today's wins and yesterday's wins. So this week is not included, but we would be already up almost 3%. And with this current USD CAD setup, nearly 4% in 2 days. Yes. And again, I encourage everybody to watch, previous streams. And I even post, you can watch on my Instagram or Telegram or Twitter. I post all the results, post the wins, post, the whole content on YouTube. So you can go watch back and see if the numbers add up. And, I don't have to hide anything, right? So everything's out there. Even my record is stated there. I haven't added, I need to just create some room to add September record. But I believe we're at somewhere along the lines of 12, 12 wins and 4 losses. So that would be about 8%. 8% up, right? In about 2.5 weeks or so. Which would be about 4% per week. All right, so again, USD CAD here continues to reject the 15-minute EMA, which is again right around our entry, just slightly above our entry for USD CAD here for the setup. Can we get a push of that? So we're going to see now in the next 6 minutes, we have our next 15-minute candle closure. Can we get a push above and a close above this EMA? So that'll be interesting to see now. Can we get a push above? If we can get USD CAD to close above here, again, here we have the 30-minute and the 5-minute EMA. If we can get a close above, we can have maybe more certainty that the price can reach, our previous high here in the last, 2 50-minute candles or 3 50-minute candles. And then that anticipated move all the way up here doesn't seem so unlikely anymore, right? So waiting for, we had a 5-minute candle closure here. So let's see. So battling the entry part here. It's been, tapping this entry zone over and over again. But we're looking to see to break this EMA, price break this EMA and get to at least the 30-minute EMA. But need a close above this 15-minute EMA for the price, right? Then I'll lose more confidence in this setup to complete in the shorter time frame versus a longer time frame. And I don't want to hold on to the trade for too long. We do have some fundamentals coming up for USD and CAD pairs, or USD CAD and CAD currencies. All right, so it is appears to be rejecting the EMA again and continuing to move down. See the 50-minute EMA, but we still have about 4 minutes left. Ooh, strong bearish push here. But can we, get price to flip and push up? You see, GJ seems to be, pushing down here, caught up in a small range here. But need GJ to make a bullish run. We're still waiting for USD CAD. USD CAD to make a bullish run here and have a 50-minute close above this EMA. That's what I'm looking at. If it can close above this EMA, it'll definitely give more confidence in the setup. Hitting our target in the shorter time frame versus holding out all the way to maybe New York and so forth. All right, 3 minutes left. Here, we can potentially see the bullish run, but very strong EMA here. You can see, and that's why it's there's a range here, or the bottom end of the range is here drawn out. Strong area here of support resistance. Again, getting some, bearish push here from USD CAD. So not complying with, trying to close above here. But you never know. We still have about 2.5 minutes or so. Yeah, the price is not far off at all from our entry. Yeah, so USD CAD. GJ is making a push down here. Let's see. All right, just under 2 minutes left. Looking to see USD CAD closing above that EMA, right? We need to break above that EMA and close to give confidence to the setup to complete in the shorter time frame. Let's see. All right, under 1 minute left now, and it seems like we may close underneath that EMA, right? So definitely giving less, assurance that this setup may be valid. But because it's closing so close to our entry, I mean, what are we at right here? I mean, it's just 1 pip from our entry. That gives me the confidence that, we can maybe keep it here because it is bottom end of the range. And the 30-minute can come up all the way here as well and break above the 30-minute EMA, right? So the 50-minute is there, but the 30-minute may do the trick. So here comes the new 50-minute candle. And now I'm going to be looking again for a stronger confluence. And the 30-minute close might be the stronger end here. Unless something, GJ does a drastic bearish push here, which will just, close off any ideas of the setup being complete, right? Which is, again, what it's trying to do right now. Again, with the stops, we have good breathing room for USD CAD. So that's the positive in here, that we have some breathing room for, even USD CAD to come down here, even to 134, 440, 134, 430, and then reverse. But let's see here. Does USD CAD have other intentions? We're going to have to see. And that 15-minute EMA close below may have been a significant marker as well, right? Because it proved to be a rejection here, a strong rejection for USD CAD to continue to the downside. The last resort here is the 30-minute candle closure. Now, can that push up and close above the EMA? That's kind of our last component here, for which I remained in the setup and not closed in drawdown here. Okay, we're seeing a strong push here. Always look at the pair through different time frames and see what's going on. Higher time frames, lower time frames. So it's caught up in this range right now. It's pretty evident. Now, will it, even if it comes down here, that's still fine. 134.440. But if it pushes down further than that, that's where it's going to get critical for this, trade to survive. So can we see that it's in this range and it reverses, comes up here to tap the 30-minute EMA and close above that in the next 12 minutes. See GJ here. Okay, USD had a very strong bearish run here. Now that's where, the lowest end where it did reach at during London opening here. Now will it break out of that and continue the move down? We're about 4 pips, just over 4 pips away from hitting our stops. And again, that 15-minute EMA may have been a stronger marker and a hint to get out of the setup. But no issue. Still, a very good day with the 2 TPs on GJ. But let's see what USD CAD does here. Will it continue the push down? About 3.5 pips away right now. Or will it suck right back into this range? Okay, pushing down strong now. I don't think there's any wick on the current candle, but a strong push. Good thing spread is low on USD CAD. Still 2.5 pips away. Close call here. Okay, it's pushing. One pip is the spread. Let's see. Will it continue down or will it survive here? No current, no wick on the current candle. It's battling there. It's a battle cry right now. Again, in these scenarios, I always mention whenever we're in deep drawdown, it's critical that you have a broker with a small spread, right? Very critical. But this seems like it's going to go right, right through that, even though the current candle has no wick. And GJ is coming up as well. All right, there you go. So USD CAD just, cashed out. I mean, not cashed out. That's not the right word. Just took us out. So this setup becomes invalidated, right? So we did have, and don't tell me it's going to reverse over here, but regardless, you guys can keep an eye on USD CAD. The GJ setup was a clean 2 TP setup, but we did take, that critical 15-minute versus, our wait for the next 30-minute candle. That was a critical step right there. So unfortunately, we did get stopped out, right? This is part of the game. Can't win every trade, but nonetheless, follow your plan and, be confident in the setup that you take, right? So even if, let's say, for example, we got 2 TPs on GJ and we lost 1% here, we're still up 1% for the day, right? Still a winning day, even if we lost. And no issue there, right? So we'll end off the stream here. So again, hopefully you guys all join tomorrow as well for another live stream, right? So it will be Thursday for tomorrow. Hope you guys enjoyed the stream. I hope you guys, again, if you guys are learning more about this strategy and system, go ahead and watch the previous streams. Even watched the stream earlier today. Everything was broken down, explained. We hit this nice 2 TP GJ sell stop, all called in real time. All the trade management was done on stream. So everything done in real time. Watch it back. I do have, a free group you guys can join. I'm about to make a huge announcement in that group in a day or two. So look out for that. And I'll see you guys tomorrow, right? So take care, safe trading, and have a great day.